we had several names. What do we call it? Because we didn't even know what to call it. So finally we said, all right, we want to give these children a future through education. So why can't we call it Children with Future in Zambia? So each time we would drive going for work, we would see these children just playing by the roadside, early in the morning around 7, 8, somewhere there. And that touched us. So one day we stopped and we asked these children why they were not going to school. And they told us, because there's no one to take them to school. And some of them said, I stay with my grandmom, I stay with my auntie. So we went. So one Saturday we sat and we were saying, what can we do for those children? And we said, oh, I think we can maybe find some place for them, or maybe try to pay for their school fees. So on a Saturday we went and we met 2 parents for those children, and we asked, they said no, they are not able to send their children to school because they don't have the financial capacity. And from that time we decided that we can do something. We started with only 9 children. So Molly started teaching those children. We didn't even have a syllabus. Whatever she was doing to the children, we knew that they were being taught because we had no structure. So a month later, other parents who had these children started bringing their children to the school. Suddenly the number grew to 34. By that time, most of the government schools would charge a fee which these parents would not manage. And most of these children that we look after, we started with, most of them were either orphans, whether the parents, one parent had died or both parents had died. Others are just vulnerable, in the sense that they are unable to, the parents are unable to take their children to school, buy books, uniform, and other school amenities. So the organization began. And it began like a dream. So we never thought it would be like what it is today. We only had one classroom, just a big classroom. We just had to demarcate. Body just demarcated grade 1 reception up to grade 3. That's how we started. We didn't even have those classrooms. So in 2007, the number grew, and then people from the Ministry of Community Development, they came and saw what we were doing. They were very impressed, and they told us to legalize the work that we are doing. So they wrote a recommendation to government to say they are doing a good job, and they gave us a letter. We took it to Lusaka, to the Ministry of Home Affairs, and we registered Children with Future in Zambia. Good morning, class. Good morning, teacher. How are you? We are fine, thank you, and how are you? Sit down, fine. Thank you very much. What is a family? Okay, so a family is a group of people who are related. A family is a group of people who are related. So we have 2 types of families. There's what is called a nuclear family and a CFZD family. A nuclear family is made up of a mother, father, and the children. A nuclear family is made up of what? Mother, father, and children. A nuclear family is made up of what? Mother, father, and children. Yeah. So what is an extended family? An extended family is made up of what? I said an extended family is made up of who? Yes? Mother, father, uncle, auntie, grandma. Okay. So those, for instance, apart from the mother, father. In 2008, we created a website where we said this is what we do, and through that, then we had these linkages. So Barbara happened to see what we were doing, and she said she wanted to visit Zambia and to come and work with us. And finally, when she came in 2008, we had a very nice time. She saw what we were doing. When Barbara went to Germany, everything changed. She committed herself they started sending allowances for the volunteers, and things became lighter for us. You know, the pressure, both financial and human resource, was okay because we already had now a partner who was able to help us. So, and by the end of 2009, the people in Germany said they also wanted to register an organization in Germany, and finally Children in Future in Zambia, Deutschland was registered, and now everything started to happen that side. In 2010, we were very blessed. We had some donors who said they will help us now build the school, and we started this project.
Arms up, arms down, arms up, arms up, clap once, twice, down. Saratis, peace. Attention. Good future. Saratis, peace. Attention. Good future. Our Father.
Our Kitwe school here, we have 160 children. We also run another school in Kalulushi in Chibuluma. We have 150 children who are supported by Children in Future in Zambia, Bushland. Yeah, most of the support that side is through the paying of volunteer teachers' allowances and the feeding program. But I also believe that our support, yes, it is good, but it is we need to do more, because the support both at Chibuluma and Kitwe is basically paying teachers and the feeding program. But we need to do more because children need uniforms, books, and other school requisites, which I think our colleagues in Germany would do well if we can, maybe in the coming few months or years, also try to be able to support on those areas. Because for the past 2 years, like at our Kitwe school, all the school uniforms, uniforms and shoes have been provided by Stephen Lewis Foundation. This year they're not giving us the shoes and the uniform. So the children are, it's mostly unlikely that they'll be able to get the new uniform and the shoes. So I think through this interview I'm appealing to well-wishers who can buy a pair of shoes and uniform for the children. That would be very, very great. We have built, or we've given these children in Kitwe a very good learning space for them. It looks good. And like the previous building that we're using, which was leaking, most of them were sitting on the floor. This looks better. I think we can also do the same for the children in Chibuluma. At our Kitwe school, we have failed to enroll more than 160 children because every child that we enroll is an expense. We have a lot of children, a lot of parents who have come, some of them even crying, to just bring their children to say, please, can you take them over? And we can't, because we don't have the resources. Because every child that we add, it means that it is an increment in the resources. So from last year, we just said, no, we can't take anymore because we don't have. But if we had the resources, our target at this school is to look after 1,000 children.
Jesus is the way to my Father's house. There is a joy and everything is right.
How do we select these vulnerable children and orphans? First of all, as an organization, we have a criteria. We have our own selection format that we follow before we can get a child and put them on our program. We developed the child assessment forms, which is like a questionnaire. So what we do is when we work with community leaders within the communities, church leaders, and the local government authorities like the local councillors. So they are the people who stay with these people in the community and they know them better. So what we do, first of all, what we do is, even those who come to say, this one is an orphan, please help, he's vulnerable. We don't just help, we physically visit these homes. Then we ask questions to verify whether that child really falls within the vulnerability, double orphan, or that person is a single orphan. In line with the United Nations on grading the child index, most of these children, they come from their homes hungry. So that's why we introduced the feeding program, just to cushion, to give them a meal so that they can continue coming to school. But currently we are giving them 3 meals per month, which translates to one meal per every week, and that is not enough. So we are also looking at ways and means how we can raise enough resources so that we can increase the number of feeding programs. One of the ways is what Sarah has just been doing. We'll be working on the garden before she leaves, so that at least we can have our own vegetables, and maybe we'll be able to use the excess vegetable to continue feeding the children from 1 time in a week, maybe to 3 times in a week. So I think that would be great. What we plan to do at this school is to build a kitchen and a home, because we've been doing the feeding program, and most of it we cook the food at one of our teachers, and it's very far, and during the rain season the situation is very, very difficult.
Actually, this is the area that we're thinking of making a kitchen. We do realize that there are moments when sponsors or donors will come to a place where maybe they cannot manage to sponsor you always. So we think when this kitchen is done, apart from helping our children to cook food for our children, it will be an income generating project, because during weekends we have people that can hire it for weddings, for church conferences, and some other activities, and then that money that they give us can help us to manage or run the school. Yes, so this is a big area, and it will really accommodate a very good structure for the kitchen.
We also want to build a library. We don't have a library as a school, so we need to also have a library as a school. We also want to build a computer laboratory where our children from an early age are introduced to the IT, the information and technology studies, so that they're up to date with what is happening in the world. So those are some of our plans. And we also have plans of being self-sustainable, because we also believe that asking for donor aid always is not sustainable. So for how long are we going to be asking for this donor aid? So as an organization, we have some income generating activities that we can do as an organization. One of them was we wanted to start a brick making factory where we can manufacture concrete blocks, then we can resell because the market is available. I personally also have other income generating activities that this school can do, which are easy. Like we can make candles. Yeah, candle making. We've got a lot of works in Zambia, and a project like that will only cost us something like $15,000 to $18,000. Then we can start, so that the organization is able to generate extra income, and the profits are plowed back to the works that we're doing. So we are looking at other different avenues where we want to be self-sustainable.